Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Lucas Wilkes, and this is just a brief introduction about me. I'm very excited to get started and get to know you all as well as embark on this journey together. All right, so just a little bit about me. I got a bachelor's degree at George Mason University. I got it in business management. And then my master's degree, after a few years out in the professional world, in 2021, I decided to go back to get my master's at the University of Virginia in elementary education. Okay, so rowing is my passion. However, I don't do it competitively anymore since mainly that was something I did in high school and college. Now I love a variety of sports. I love watching football, baseball, basketball, you name it. But this was the sport that really stuck with me in high school and something I really grew passionate with. So when I went to George Mason, I continued my rowing journey for all 4 years there. And probably my favorite memory, or one of my favorite memories in life, we went to the national championships, and the boat just above me right here. I'm the second one from the front. Placed third, third in the nation. That was a very proud moment, and definitely one of my favorite memories of all time. Now I don't really row quite as much. I'll do it maybe once or a couple of times a week. Obviously, right now since it's the winter, it's a little too cold outside, so I'm mainly on my rowing machine inside. But this was and still is a passion of mine. I don't do it as much anymore, but it really shaped a large part of my life and really shaped my work ethic to this day. Okay, so just a little bit more about me. I had a few different jobs coming out of college. Again, I got a business management degree, but I really got that because I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do when I left George Mason. So I figured, okay, business management, that looks pretty marketable for entry level positions. And that did after a couple of months of being out in the professional world and applying to various jobs. That degree helped me land my first major professional job, being a management trainee. And I did that with Enterprise for about 2 years. But then I kind of realized that that wasn't for me. So I did a really big switch. I became a personal trainer. I did that for 2 years as well. I really enjoyed it. And being able to work with people and sort of help them succeed, especially with their fitness goals, was very fulfilling. But at least for me, it was very difficult to make money, and I wasn't really feeling quite fulfilled yet. And so this is sort of when, and I was personal training around 2018 or 2019, around that time. Working with different people with their fitness goals made me think that, well, I like to work with people. I like to see them succeed. I like helping them improve. And I like helping them reach their goals. But I didn't really think that fitness was something that I was going to stay with long term, or personal training was something I wanted to do long term. So I decided, well, why don't I help people find jobs? So that kind of made me do another switch, and I became a recruiter. Also for 2 years. It seems to be the magic number, but for recruiting is a little over 2 years, but I'm rounding it down just a little bit. I was a recruiter for 2 years. I helped various candidates land various entry level positions, typically around the Northern Virginia area. It's mainly where I worked. And for me, recruiting, it could be fulfilling, but it was a very high stress job that demanded quite a lot out of you, and sometimes you would not be able to reach your weekly goals. And when that would happen, performance reviews were often very stressful. And realizing that it was sort of um, a high turnaround profession, something that people leave really quickly. It's a very high burnout rate with it. I decided that again, that's not for me, and maybe I should go back to school for something um, that I truly believe I'm passionate about. Uh, so a side job I was doing when I was not only a management trainee, a personal trainer, and a recruiter was that I was a high school rowing coach. And I worked, a lot of the coaches were teachers, mainly high school teachers, but I actually did have an elementary teacher that I worked with. And it was that person who convinced me that, or they felt that I would be a good elementary school teacher. I really enjoyed working with, kids of all ages. I enjoyed helping them succeed. And rather than focus with fitness goals, I could focus more on academic goals. And that just sounded like a lot of fun to me and something that could be right up my alley. So I went back to school. I went to the University of Virginia. I got my master's degree in elementary education. And that eventually led me to getting my Virginia teaching license and becoming an elementary school teacher. And this is just a picture of me right above here while I was actually at UVA. I won't say what school I was at or where I was student teaching at the time, but I was actually doing a very fun small group lesson here. But that was pretty much my journey to becoming an elementary school teacher. It took some time to kind of find this career, but I'm glad I found it. I really do enjoy it. And there are obviously highs and lows of this profession, but I've never felt more fulfilled as I do now. And this kind of sort of goes into next slide here, why I want to learn more about educational technology. So as teachers, we heavily rely on data to drive student success. And that all starts with just being knowledgeable with educational technology. And what I sort of found is that I'm kind of a novice. I'm learning about these platforms on the job. I'm learning the basics behind them, but I'm not really utilizing them as well as I feel like I could. And so since technology just helps drive data instruction, I just figured that this was the something that I would like to pursue and just kind of get a little bit more knowledgeable and familiar with. Okay. What I've also found, and I'm in my fourth year as being a classroom teacher, is that when technology is properly integrated into lessons, it really increases student engagement. And this, I guess you'd call it the digital age. Um, these younger students are so used to being around technology, and rather than printing things out, getting printables, getting worksheets or things like that, I have found a lot of success integrating technology into my lessons and into my plans. And I've seen very positive results for not only students that it's actually making learning more enjoyable, but it's really helping students just not only stay engaged with the lesson, but to learn more as well. And that's really probably the biggest reason why I want to do this. I just want to be able to integrate technology much better in my classroom, and I feel like I have very little knowledge about it as of right now, and I just want to grow my knowledge.